All right. Hello and welcome to the WarDawg Trail podcast. This is episode 140. All right. Today, we're going to break it down with you on two different special levels today. All right. First off, we're coming to you live internationally. All right. Internationally today from Thailand, because that's where Tomo is today. All right. Tomo's actually tuning in instead of Australia, where he's normally at, where he's normally based, where we normally rock internationally on every show. All right. He's normally in Australia, tapping in live. You know, he's the vice president of Camp Doghouse, right? But today, he's tapping in from Thailand. Tomo, what's up, bro?
How are we, guys? Yes, traveling aboard over for the wife's birthday and fundraising and a blessing from her temple event coming up on the 19th. So looking forward to spreading our love through not only Australia, America, now Thailand.
All right. That's what we're talking about.
Looking forward to this one today.
Now, good deal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, you know we bring you heavy hitters on this show. All right, this is a show for war veterans, law enforcement personnel, all refer to anyone struggling with any type of mental health condition. Today, I'm bringing you someone that you know I get hyped about. Someone that can honestly teach you how to survive. All right. The gentleman that we're about to bring on the stage today is not only a coach in Brazilian Jiujitsu, he is also an instructor to law enforcement personnel. Hear what I'm saying now. All right. That part, right? Hey, he is not just a boss in his own status. All right. He is on that status to where he teaches law enforcement. You got me? You dig? We following, we tracking. I told you I bring nothing but the best on this show. He bring nothing but the best. You know that. Hey, salute. Hey, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce to the world the one, the only, Mr. Larry L. Long the second. Welcome to the show,
guys.
boss.
Man, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. It's a cool opportunity, man. This is dope. This is dope. Man, y'all two are really dope.
Yeah.
This is so cool, man. Y'all are too cool, man.
Mate, thanks for being here, brother, and thanks for coming out. Thanks for willing to get on here and share your story with a couple of the psych ward gang.
No, y'all are fine, man. Y'all are good dudes, man. Solid, man. It's a cool opportunity, man. I'm excited, and I love the podcast, and I love all the stuff you're doing. I checked everything out last night, and it's what you're doing for veterans and just for people in general who are struggling with mental health. It's a serious thing, especially with men, because, you know, we don't like to say we're struggling. We want to be tough, that machismo type mindset. But a lot of men struggle, and a lot of men don't talk about it. So it's good that they can come on here and they don't really have to say what they're going through, but they can hear other people's story and be like, man, I can take from that and I can better myself. And this too shall pass. So that's dope that y'all do that, man.
That's what's
up, brother.
What's up? That's what we're all about, man. That's what we're all about.
I love his energy. Heck yeah. Awesome.
That's what it's all about. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me calm down. Larry, you got me hyped up.
All right, so I'm Larry Lavelle Long the second. I was born in Tallahassee, Florida. I grew up in a small town east of there, Bristol, Florida, which is not much there. It's a lot of rural. People mostly, you know, they hunt. They do a little farming, but your main job is the corrections, the prison, and then you have some people work at the school, but most people leave there to go to work. But, I mean, it was a small town, and, I mean, growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I hated it, but looking back at it now, it's one of the best things that ever happened to me, because you pretty much knew everybody, and people knew your parents, and I had teachers. They wouldn't even. Sometimes they just say, "I'm gonna call your mom," and I'd be like, "Man, one of my teachers."
That was enough.
Yeah, listen. What's so cool is one of my teachers, who's God is luck, she's still alive. She's like in her 80s. Yeah, about 8. She should be almost 90. But she actually taught my mom and my aunt.
Yeah. And
she would tell on me, and she would get on me. But man, Miss Copeland was a good person, and she had a sister that also was in education. She has now passed, but they're just dope people. But yeah, I'm blessed, man. My mom's from that area. My dad was from Jackson County, which is not too far. Mom is a war veteran. She served in Desert Storm, and then my dad, he retired law enforcement out of Port St. Lucie County, down south near Fort Pierce. So, man, that's just kind of me. And I mean, I grew up kind of normal. I was a fat kid, believe it or not. Yes, I was a fat kid.
I had that feeling too.
Listen, and I had a rat tail. No, believe it or not, I had a rat tail. And my mom put a seashell in it, and to this day, she still has the rat tail, which is so weird, but whatever. She'll probably kill me if she finds out I told people. She still has it. That's like, why do you have this? Like, throw this away. Like,
women keep weird shit. Women
yeah,
keep weird shit, man.
I'm like, I love you, Mom, but throw it away.
I was cleaning out after my divorce, and I found kids' teeth.
Man,
she kept the teeth.
I mean,
I thought the tooth fairy took those things with him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't want to start on the tooth fairy. Tooth fairy still owe me some money. I never got it. One tooth I got paid for. After that, I was like, well, Mom, I thought the tooth fairy. She's like, I don't know. Heck yeah.
So, brother, I have a question for you. What was it like growing up with a Desert Storm veteran?
My mom was pretty rough. So when she got out, she went into the federal prison system, and she was rough. Like, my mom was tough. So just to give you a little backstory about my mom. So they, growing up, they had an outhouse. My mom picked tobacco and cotton growing up as a little girl. She kind of had me later on in life. I had an older brother, which I have an older brother. He's like 52. So she had me a little later in life, but she was rough. Now my mama, she wasn't no joke. She was tough. Now, yeah, like them wasn't regular whoopings. They was. She beat your ass. She would beat your ass. I mean, ain't no nice way to say it. I mean, but you know what? Looking back on it, she's more. She should have beat me more. Yeah, she probably should.
I don't think she can now, Mr. Black Belt.
You know what? Listen, I remember I got a little taller in high school. I'll never forget this. She said, I will get on a ladder and knock you out. I was like, what? I didn't even say nothing to her. But she literally said it. She said, Larry Long, I'll get on a ladder and I'll beat you. I was like, okay. Because she used to tell me all the time, I go to the VA. I ain't right. I'm like, that doesn't mean you can beat me. Like,
that's a bad warning. That's a bad warning to get as a parent.
But honestly though, I was man, I gave my mom hell, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I gave her hell. I was.
So you own up to something. You own up to something.
I got it. Like, looking back at it now as a grown man, like, I was kind of a badass kid. I was getting in trouble for no reason, but them teachers, they saw something in me and they was like, Larry Long, you need to calm down. But I was just mad at the world, man. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I was angry. I was angry as hell all the time. Looking back at it now, my dad wasn't. My dad's in my life. We have a good relationship now, but he didn't raise me. So, and I think it's important, like, not having that male figure is really important, because then you start getting in and everything, and you start wanting to be like this crowd, or you want to fit in. Any kid, you just want to fit in. So sometimes you do stupid stuff, or you say stupid stuff. With me, a lot of detention, especially when I was young, a lot of in-school suspension. God, it was a lot. It was bad. It was bad. I look back now and said, dang, boy, you know what? You ain't perfect, but you sure done turned around a lot. Yeah, so it's cool, man. I'm blessed, man. I can't. I'm blessed. Like, God has had his hand on me my whole life because I done, man, just like we were talking, backstage, I really want people to know, man, you make mistakes, you can screw up. You can almost really just tear your life apart, but you can rebuild, man. But it takes good people, and it really takes good people in your life, having real friends that don't judge you and give you a second chance and just be like, hey, man, you screwed up, but hey, let's be better. Let's become a better person. And, I count jiu-jitsu for that, and just having good people around me, man. And just, and having God too, for sure. But, yeah, you can screw up and you can come back from it. But it ain't an easy road. I promise you that. It's not an easy road.
Oh, mate, we like to think that we're living proof of it.
Hey, we all make mistakes. I always say this. We all made mistakes. A lot of people, they'll judge you. But the funny thing is, a lot of times it's just their skeletons are not out in the public.
That's it, mate. It's just a protection of your own insecurities.
Yeah. So I tell people, hey, you can screw up, but, you just got to sometimes. Adriano Lucio, who I got my black belt and I just recently got my first degree from, he told me, he said, hey, listen, man, he's a big mentor in my life. And he told me, he said, hey, sometimes we make mistakes. But sometimes it's just better to be quiet about it. As far as, don't try to fight and argue with people about this and the facts. Just, hey, focus on becoming a better person. So that's what I've done. And, and God is my witness, man. I got some cool things going on in my life. And hopefully here soon when I get that phone call, I'm gonna get up with you guys. So, I can tell you I got some real cool stuff in the works, man. Real cool.
Oh, that's excellent, mate. So, well, you're a black belt now. You got your first notch there, mate. What got you into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. It was Bruce Lee movies, Rambo, Kickboxer 1 and 2, all those old school movies, Ninja Domination. People probably know what Ninja Domination is, but Ninja Domination.
I haven't heard of that one.
It's old, man. Rent it so much at the, this will tell you how old this was. I used to rent this movie VHS much. The lady at the video store told my mom he can have it. He's the only person that rents it. I rented it every Friday. It was $5. $5. That was it. That shows you how old it was. And this was in Chattahoochee, Florida. They had a video store, and I rented that movie. The lady said, "You can have it." Nobody gets it. Ooh, but that movie changed my life.
I'll be down.
Yeah, Chattahoochee, Florida.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, tell them about that. Hey, just one more time. You want to know Florida country area, country spot? Just listen to the name of this city. One more time, bro.
Chattahoochee.
Chattahoochee.
Yeah, Chattahoochee, Florida. Yeah, I grew up there too. That's part of my stomping ground. I was blessed enough to grow up there, and that's where the movie store was at that time before. And here's another country named Blountstown before they got a movie gallery, and we would go over there. But yeah, man, rent movies and just I don't know. I just I had action figures and stuff, and I just love martial arts. And my mom would always. Sometimes we get out of hand, especially me. Sometimes she would do combatives moves. I didn't know what she was doing, because she learned it from the military. And I'm like, what is this lady doing to me? And she folded me up. I couldn't move. And then not really, she was putting a seed in my head for martial arts. And, I always kind of wanted to do it. But, I played sports in high school. And the closest place was in Tallahassee. So, as far as like funds and being able to get me there every day. And then, I really, honestly, I thought I was going to play college basketball or run track or, it just didn't turn out like that. Unfortunately, just, kind of made some bad decisions. My senior year got in trouble and I really wasn't focused on school. I wanted to work out and play sports. I really didn't, school didn't really spike my interest a lot. But I did graduate with my diploma. So I want to say that I worked my butt off. And I did it. But yeah, man. And I actually ended up, I think I was like 22. I met a guy. He was working with my mom at the federal prison in Marianna, Florida. His name was Horatio Rodriguez. And his dad was a doctor, was an MD. And he was an alternate for the Cuban national team for the Olympics. And he was a black belt and his son was a black belt. So I ended up training with his son. And man, those guys were hardcore. I mean, I remember he used to make us run like a mile. He would tape our nose off, tape our mouth, and put 2 straws and cut it. And I'm like, dude, this is insane. But I did it because I wanted to be like them. I'm like, these dudes are badass, and I want to be like them, and I want to be able to
You
fight
got some
like
wicked
them.
lung capacity.
Well, hey, I don't do that now. I get on the Aerodyne bike now. I get on the Aerodyne bike. I do that Tabata. I do that 8 and 10 and 8 and 20, eight rounds of 10 seconds of work, 20 seconds.
Yeah,
the rest. That's what I do.
The Tabatas, man. Boy, I had a dude in the army that used to finish our gym sessions with just 10 kilo dumbbells, 5 kilo dumbbells, and it was 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, but doing squats. And you got to pump out 13 to 15 each time. I couldn't walk for 3 or 4 days. Didn't matter. Right. Yeah. 3 or 4 days I couldn't walk properly. Every single
you don't
time.
Want to fight that guy.
How many times I do it?
Yeah, you don't want to fight him. He's gonna hurt you.
Nah, Fitchy, mate. Him and his brother, I'm pretty sure, are underground street fighters.
I believe it. Doing that.
Yeah. Absolute animal. Absolute. He was that first dude that I used to look at in the gym, and I'm like, fuck, I want to look like this dude.
Hey man, solid dude. Heck yeah. But yeah, from there, so I started training with. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. That's exactly what I was about to ask you. Is your transition?
I started training with Horatio. Okay. Yeah, so
I'm sorry. Actually, can you?
There's that lag.
That lag.
Formally.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I went to training with Horatio
and walk.
He's got a lag in there.
Walk us from childhood or high school, like you said, to everything after, to up to your current career.
Yes, sir. So got out of high school, and I was thinking about joining the Navy. And yeah, that just didn't work out. I was like, I'm not.
I'm glad you didn't join the Navy.
Yeah, so that really didn't work out. I was like, that really didn't work out. So then I kind of.
So says an Australian Army guy. Australian Army guy tells you, not even Australian Army guy tells you don't look with the U.S. Navy.
So yeah, so I started working. So I don't know how I got this job, but I want to say it was a friend of mine. So I started working at Walmart, throwing boxes and stuff, and I was like, there is no way I'm finna do this. This is horrible. But I did it for like a couple months, and then a good friend of mine, Shelvin Holmes, he got me a job in Chattahoochee, country name again, in Chattahoochee, Florida, at the mental hospital. So I worked there as a psychiatric aide, and I did that for a while. And then, I don't know, something hit me, and I was like, I can't do this no more. I'm just tired of doing this. So I went into corrections. Right. So, and right before I went into corrections, probably about 2 years before I went into 3 years before I went into corrections, I ended up joining the Army. I joined the reserves. It was the 160th MP Battalion, and got in the Army. Just things weren't really working out. And I made a decision. Looking back at it now, it was a bad decision to get out. But life happens. Things happen. I transitioned. Yeah, and then I ended up, going into corrections. So I went into corrections. I stayed in corrections. It was cool, but they switched to 12-hour shifts, and I was like, I can't really, And by that time, I was training in Tallahassee. I was training jiu-jitsu. At that time, it was a warrior's path. That's old school. And then I was training under Shane Weineski, who ended up starting his own thing called WTMA, his World Triumph Martial Arts. And I was training there. I was like, man, I'm not going to really be able to train. So I ended up leaving, going back to mental health, but on the security side. And kind of during that transition when I was in there, I got into like instructing and a little bit, and not fully yet, but a little bit. And I was doing personal training on the side and doing some group fitness. I got that hustler's mentality in me. So whatever I had to do, I was going to do it. And so I stayed there for a while. And then I said, you know what? I really want to go into law enforcement. So I jumped into law enforcement. I was blessed to have a good friend and brother, Jared Taylor, who's an awesome guy. He works for FDLE now, solid guy. He's a SWAT guy, just Jam Up Family, man, and his family has like been a lifesaving to my life as well. I lived with them in high school for a little while. But anyway, so he helped me get on at the Sheriff's Department in Liberty County. They sent me to school, so I started doing the crossover training. I did that, and there were some things kind of going on. Unfortunately, just some things just weren't good. And the sheriff that I was currently working for at that time, he had got arrested like before I got there. There was some stuff that happened. Didn't have nothing to do with me, but so I made a decision. So I went to Louisiana and I actually started working for the government for a little bit over there. And then I stayed over there almost a year, come back, went right back into, law enforcement and corrections on the mental health side. And then I got my general instructor, I got my defensive tactics, and I currently work there's a college here in Mariana, Chipola College. I've been there almost 10 years, like kind of, but the past 5-6 years, I've been instructing real hardcore, a lot of defensive tactics, first aid, CPR. Yep. And like during that time, I was still, training jiu-jitsu, in 2020, actually when COVID hit though, I was a brown belt at that time, training under Shane Weinski. I got hurt at a tournament. When the tournaments come back on, I was doing tournament, and I dislocated my knee. The wonderful EMT straightened my leg. It popped my quadricep tendon from the patella, went in my hip. So I was in Atlanta when it happened. Me and my buddy Rhett, and it was funny because we went to the hospital and they're like, "Oh, you're fine. It's just a sprain." I'm like, "Yeah, I can't walk. Something's not right." Got back here, went to an orthopedic, and they were like, "It'll be fine." I'm like, "Nobody's doing an MRI." So I had to go to Alabama. This is a true story. I had to go to Alabama, Southern Bone and Joint. There's a doctor, a phenomenal doctor by Chris Roberts. He said, "I got some good news and some bad news." And I was like, "Well, what's the good news?" He said, "The good news is I can do surgery tonight if you're ready." And I'm like, "What are you, surgery? What do you mean?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "We have to do it quicker. You're probably never going to walk again, right?" And I'm just like, I couldn't even fathom what was going on. So all that happened. That happened. And so that was so I had the surgery, and it took me about 8 months to kind of get back to walking a little bit normal. And I'll say that probably 2 years really to get back to where I was able to really push on the mats and, in other areas of life. But since then I've been doing good. And then I got my black belt, which was cool. I actually got my black belt in Brazil under Adriano Lucio and Shane Weinski. And then I come back and it was like my whole life fell apart. Some of the decisions was, some of it, a lot of it, I don't blame nobody. I just look at my own personal decisions. And that's kind of what I was saying about, your life's like, oh crap, you made some mistakes. And, what's crazy is what I'll tell anybody, and this is just a true statement about life, in my opinion, is that things happen, you make decisions, and for lack of better words, you fuck up. I mean, it is what it is. You fuck up, you make mistakes. And unfortunately, you get to see who your real friends are. You get to see, people that believe in second chances. You get to see people who are really like, they see who you are as a person. Like, okay, you made a mistake, but we know you're a good person. And hey, let's become a better person. And, through that whole situation, it was rough, but I was able to see who my ride or die was. I know now the friends that I have are my real friends. I know who didn't like me, which is crazy. A lot of people, I'm like,
that comes out pretty quickly.
I'm like, dang, I've helped you. Like, I've been there. And like, and me, I'm the type of person, you badmouth me. It's cool. It is what it is. Like, I know the secrets that I hold. I'll die with them. I'll never tell nobody's business. I'm going to keep it a wrap, wrapped up until the day I die. And it'll go to the grave with me. But, you just find out who has your back and who doesn't. That's how, but it all worked out like it was supposed to, in my opinion.
It does in the end, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. But from there, I literally was at a training at the Law Enforcement Academy up here at Pat Thomas, which is in Midway, Florida. And I met a guy by the name of Ray Bashirs, who, like, I don't know, it was godsend. I was doing a class, doing a knife defense course, and you know, of course, in any course, you know, that you tell them a little bit about yourself and you do the course. It was an instructor course. And then I ended up seeing him again some months later at another course. And he said, "Hey, man, you want to teach for me?" And I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Teach?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll pay you." I'm like, "You going to pay me to teach?"
You're going to pay.
I'm like, "Man, all right, this is cool." And he was like, "Yeah, so I'll give you an opportunity. We'll see how it works." And the name of the company is called Blue Shield Tactical. He's a retired law enforcement officer from Texas, and he's a third-degree black belt. And he's a brown belt in Krav Maga. I mean, he's a monster. I mean, the guy is just a solid monster. So he gave me an opportunity to teach for him. And since then, man, I've been to, you know, Colorado. We taught in Grand Junction, taught the Minnesota Department of Corrections. I've taught in Texas. Man, it's just a lot of opportunities. I was supposed to actually be in Texas, but class didn't have enough people. But yeah, man, he's just been a godsend and a mentor. And I got to shout out, you know, Chad Lyman, who runs, I'm not sure if y'all familiar with, he's under, with Progressive Force Concepts out of Vegas, and he runs Code 4 Concepts, which is police jiu-jitsu. He's a monster. Like, he's been one of the head BJJ coaches at Extreme Couture for years. But he's like, he's I want to say he's almost 60. And he'll beat your ass. Like, if you want these, you want to grapple, you want to wrestle, you want to shoot. Hey, if you want to shoot, you want to go to the rank. Like, dude, he's a bad dude. He's a bad dude, man. And yeah, man, these guys. And then I got to shout out the video you showing now on the live stream is my cousin Dexter Fletcher, who is a retired law enforcement out of Florida. He was a SWAT guy for Miami, and man, he was a combat dive instructor, rappel instructor. He did the combatives.
Hey, that's who I
black
need to
belt
talk.
Multiple arts.
You tell him.
Yeah.
Want him on the show too.
Listen. When I tell you, and so check this out. So a lot of people don't know this. So I know everybody's seen the movie Collateral, right?
Yep.
So this is an old school movie with Tom Cruise in it. So the guy that did all the gun scenes and stuff like that for that and Miami Vice with Jamie Foxx, my cousin actually helped teach them the firearms training and all that stuff in the Miami Vice when they were all down there. And then in the Collateral, the guy that was there, Nick Gauld, I think that's how you say his last name, but he's actually, he's an Australian guy. He's from Australia. Dude, he's a monster, but my cousin holds a black belt under him.
I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, I'll send you the information, man. But yeah, he's a
legend,
monster. But yeah, so he does a lot of my firearms training and stuff because, you know, at the academy level, we don't get a lot. But man, like my cousin he can do it all, man. And you want swords, he's like a ninja. I tell you, he's like a modern day ninja. And you wouldn't believe he's like 60, he's 61. He's the most ripped 61-year-old I've ever met in my life. And he's still training every day. And he travels the country training people and stuff. Doesn't post a lot. He'll post a little bit with me, but yeah, man. But that's just kind of me. And then, you know, luckily through all that situation, I got the shirt on now. I'm about to send you guys a shirt. But Westside Jiu-Jitsu Club was started by a buddy of mine, Derek. And it was a godsend because at the time, you know, all this stuff was going on. I didn't have a place to train. And, man, he started this place. And he has a PhD and he's moved down south. He's down there in Gainesville, Lake City area. But man, he started something, and even though he's no longer there, dude, what he built for us and what we have now, and you know what the club has turned to. It's no politics. We don't care what flag you can be Gracie Baja, you can be Alliance, you can be in. We don't care if you want to train. And I say we're kind of like the outsiders. But then we're like I guess you could say we're the misfits, but we're just different. But I mean, the cool thing I love and I can say about our jiu-jitsu club and just in martial arts in general, and you know this being a Thai coach, man, listen, we have a lawyer that trains with us. I mean, he's the coolest lawyer I ever met. And the crazy thing, for months, we didn't even know he was a lawyer. And he was like, "Oh, I'm a lawyer." Yeah. I'm like, "What?" I'm like, and he's like, "Yeah, I work for the boxing commission." I'm like, "Huh?" Didn't know, never knew none of this stuff. So like jiu-jitsu, like martial arts period. You know, we got some cool, we got my guy Iggy, super dope guy, super smart. We got his brother Abe. Of course, we got Big Derek. He's an IT guy. I mean, we got the the infamous Hefe. Oh, Jeffrey, aka Hefe. Hefe's the man. He's been training martial arts his whole life. Like, man, he needs to write a book. Y'all need to have Hefe on.
Yeah.
Hefe would be cool to talk, because he's been training. Him and Derek been training martial arts for years. But yeah, man, we just got a good group of people, man, good human beings, and I can honestly say I'm a better human being. I'm a better man because of jiu-jitsu and the mentors that I have in my life, and my real friends, and and just the people I have around me, especially at the club, man. They've helped me. They're like, oh man, I'm helping them get better jiu-jitsu. I'm like, yeah, but you're helping me become a better human being, in the whole spot of it. Heck yeah.
Gyms have a funny way of being able to do that, don't they?
They do, and they'll bring people together. You know this to be true, is they'll bring people together that you never would have ever. There's people there that I probably would have never said hey to. I mean, I probably would have said hey in passing, but never had a conversation. And now we're like 100%. Good friends, and like I'm learning things from them about like IT. I didn't know nothing about IT, and stocks.
Yep.
And it's amazing. It's so cool. And I think jiu-jitsu should really be in like schools, like elementary schools, because it would cut out a lot of bullying. If when we know we go to PE and we finish either strap up some gloves, or we finna get on the mat and choke each other out. It's like, you're not gonna bully me that much. Yeah, maybe bigger.
You sort that shit out pretty quickly.
Yeah, we can get it together. We can get it together quick. So, yeah, so that's a little bit about my journey, and I'm still in law enforcement now, and still in corrections, and I do more on the corrections side now, on the mental health side. Still doing a little bit in law enforcement, but right now I'm kind of a big transition. I wish I could talk about it, but I can't yet because I haven't got that phone call. But as soon as I get a phone call, y'all guys are gonna be the first to know.
We're looking forward to it, brother. Looking forward to it, man. So I've got a couple of things that are going through my hand. Listen, mate. First off, I want to know what it's like being on the other side of the psych ward. What's it like being an employee?
Well, I'll tell you this. So when I started in mental health, I was like 19, and I met my first. And this is a true story. I met my first serial killer at 20. Since then, I've met 2 serial killers, and we've had some other ones that they didn't say they were serial killers, but the psychologists and stuff behind closed doors, they were saying, hey, this person was labeled a serial killer or whatever. But yeah, it's different. Because I was on the forensic side. So in Florida, you have like the civil side, which is more like your Baker Acts and stuff. And then you have like on the criminal side where they have like criminal pending charges. I mean, I've met, murderers and, on males and females, all shapes and sizes, all races. So, nobody's immune to it. And, the crazy thing about it, what you learn is that we're all like a little bit, we're one incident or one trauma away from losing our mind and, making a bad decision or, predetermined because of childhood trauma. And that's another thing I've learned working in mental health and working with psychologists is that childhood trauma follows you. I don't care if you're, I heard DJ Chipley say this before, and it's the truth. And it's the truth. When I heard him say, I'm glad he said it because, he's a former SEAL. And he said, it doesn't matter who you are. He said, childhood trauma affects the guy that's, a SEAL, a Ranger, a black belt, a cop, a billionaire, a millionaire, SAS guy. It doesn't matter. It affects everybody the same. And it can come when you least expect it. You could be 35 and your life is perfect. You're making a great job. You got kids, you got a beautiful wife, and then boom, it hits you. And I've met people because I remember we had doctors. Like I'm talking about, we had a guy that worked for NASA. And I'm like, and he just something happened and he just lost it. And he, did some bad things, unfortunately.
Mate,
so,
I mean, you really summed it up. I think you really summed it up there, man. We're one bad decision away from being in that position. One traumatic event away from being in that position. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. And another big point you touched on there, mate, especially the childhood trauma stuff, is
it's bad.
90% of all our trauma will go back and will now be relatable. If you understand the science of it and understand trauma, you'll be able to trace back just about everything to that first 7 years of your life.
Oh, heck yeah. And it like, so I know a lot of people don't like to talk about, especially men. Men, we don't like to talk about, hey, we're struggling or something like that. And you start realizing that, some stuff comes kind of from your childhood, like maybe not having a father, or maybe you had both parents, but maybe they were always busy or something, or maybe you were bullied or whatever it was. There was something. And I feel like if you don't address it, and if you don't have like, if you have some good, some good friends and some good, some good mates, you have some good mates that, you can talk to and hang out with, and that's the blessing is, and that's what Westside is we have some guys that, if somebody's struggling, there's somebody you can reach out to. I remember one time, they're probably going to kill me for saying this, but I had put in the, we have like a Facebook Messenger for Westside, and I had put in there because I was busy with work and I really wasn't at the club, and I was like, hey, watch call is everybody. I'm just checking on everybody. I remember somebody was like, is something wrong? And I'm like, no. I'm just checking everybody. Everybody's good, because it's really important for me to do that, because these guys have helped me so much, and then too, we've had some awesome ladies that come and train. One, my homegirl Megan, she's the dopest person in the world. She's traveled all over the country in a van. She's the dopest human being you'll ever meet.
And that's sick.
But she's I'm like, man, I want to do that one day. Like, that's cool. But so yeah, just being able to have people that you can talk to if you are struggling. Because I know if you hear the word therapy, people go, man, I ain't going to no therapist. I ain't talking to nobody about my problems. Or or they look at it and, oh, I'm soft. That's the first thing. Like, men, I can deal with my problems. And hey, that's fine if you can, but it helps when you have somebody you can confide in and you can vent to, another brother, and you can be like, hey man, that's what I'm going through. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes people are like, man, me too. They're like, what? I thought you got it all together. No, you just think I do. So it's good to have that.
We're all good at wearing that mask.
Look at both us.
And that's the thing.
Look at both us.
Yes. Nobody wants to admit it, but we all wear a mask. I don't care who you are.
100%.
Because even if you're scared of something, you could be the toughest guy in the world. But here's the thing. There's something that bothers you and you may not show it, but you're like, and everybody's like, oh man, that guy's tough. He's this, or that lady's tough. She's this, blah, blah, blah. Not knowing you got the weight of the world. And you're like trying not to cuss nobody out or jump on nobody or lose it. So I think it's important to have a tribe. You need a tribe. Everybody needs their own tribe.
I love that word, tribe.
Yeah, everybody needs a tribe.
I love that word.
Oh, yeah, you do, because I'll tell you this. There is no way I would have made it where I am today without a huge group of people. I mean, teachers, coaches, jiu-jitsu instructors that I've met, people I've met through martial arts, people I've met through law enforcement, through corrections, even working in mental health. Just meeting a stranger, because sometimes a stranger give you hope when you don't have nothing. They'll say something, you're like, man, I know that was from God, or the universe, or whatever you believe in. You'll be like, man, that's crazy. You don't even know I was going through that, and you just said something that lifted me up when you didn't even know. So we all need that, man. We all need
100%. We do. How we going there, WarDawg? You been a little bit quiet, brother?
Yeah, he got that delay.
Hey, one more time, we will let everyone know. Yes, this is an international podcast, and this is an international, episode. Okay. Normally,
yes,
Tomo is in Australia every week. All right. Normally, he's in Australia, and that's where he tuned in today. He happens to be also in Thailand. So, entirely for this episode, we are linked and streaming Thailand, Florida, and myself in a different part of Florida. All right. So if there's a lag, connection issues, sound issues, we'll get it worked out.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, man, I just been listening.
You've been locked in.
Yeah, I'm soaking in the game. You can't learn anything if you don't shut the hell up. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right. That's the Kobe mentality. Kobe did that when he was having problems with, teammates in the Lakers. he had on headphones. I read in his story, they said, yeah, he kept headphones on, never played any music so he could hear everything they were saying. I was like, man, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
I like that.
Kind of sneaky,
So,
but
mate,
dope.
Oh, shit.
yeah, very sneaky. But all right, so we've touched on the mental health side of things now, mate. I'd love to think, because I'm reading the studies and stuff coming out now about BJJ and combat veterans and the benefits of being able to put himself into the BJJ arena and the impacts, the positive impacts that it's having on these guys that are actually getting in and training.
Yeah.
So I'd like your understanding on. I'd like to see if you've got any science behind it that you can add to what I'm starting to understand now. But what is it? What makes it so special? And I'm seeing it myself. A lot of my mates now are all in doing BJJ now, and them as a whole, as a person, you know, I probably should have done BJJ, but I like to stand up and bleed. So
I like it. He said, I like to stand up and bleed. Well, I'll say, I think the first thing is just, you know, not just as just military veterans, but or law first responders, but I think just in general, like people need a tribe. You know, like we said earlier, you need a tribe. And I think, you know, most people that go in the military, they're used to that cohesive unit. You know, you bleed together, you sweat together, you're training together, and then they get out and then they don't have it. So it's like, and you know, especially depending on, you know, your career and your journey, especially if you go, you know, guys and women that go down range, you develop a certain, you know, connection that you're a lot closer with them than you are your own family members, because, you know, you're in a combat zone, you know, those men and women are in combat zone or whatever. So then they get out and then they don't have that same trust of the world, and the world doesn't look the same because they've experienced things, they've seen things that they can't unsee. And, you know, just that anxiety and all the things that come with it, they don't have that no more. So I feel like when anybody gets, especially veterans, when they get in jiu-jitsu, one, they get back with a team. So it's a team thing, even though, you know, it's you on the mats, but it's still you're all guys and women training together. And then I think on top of that, I think it's the whole mental aspect, because, you know, you're working your brain. You're working your brain. You're, you know, you're problem solving, which is good for the brain, especially there's a bunch of study out there with combat veterans and from any type of TBI, traumatic brain injury, and jiu-jitsu with the problem solving, that it actually helps the brain. So it helps the brain, which it decreases, you know, the mental health aspect, especially the depression. It helps the depression, the anxiety. And two, I feel like it gives them a place where they can go, and it doesn't matter if you're black, you're white, you're Australian, you're American, you're Russian. It doesn't matter. It's just that you just want to train. Doesn't matter if it's stand up, doesn't matter if it's on the ground, but it just shows like there's a place where you can come. You get to, you get to see these people who are happy to see you, and they want to train with you. And yeah, they may be choking you out or punching you in the gut every now and again, but at the same time, you know, it's fun though. But it's a challenge though, and you have that challenge, which you're like, man. So to me, if you get, you know, you go to, you know, you train. If you haven't trained for a while, or if you're first time, you get choked out. You're like, okay, I gotta come. I gotta get better because I'm tired of this. You know, or you're like, you haven't trained for a while and you get back into it. Like, I'll go back to train. I'm like, God, boy, they're finna smoke me today. I'm finna be the hammer. I'm finna be the nail all day getting hammered. But it's okay though. But it's all in good fun. And it's like you're becoming a better person. I tell people I've learned more training combatives, training martial arts than I have from any book, than I have from school. And I never went to college, but I have a lot of post-secondary, and I'm actually in the process of going to college right now through online. But yeah, man, like it's a beautiful thing what it does, and I think it helps veterans big time, and I think it helps first responders. I think all cops need to be training. I do think there needs to be a little bit of, I think if you're like a first responder, I think if you're a veteran, you know, training at a gym that's heavy sports, it doesn't really matter. But I think if you're like, you know, you're still active, you know, you're still active military, or, you know, you're a first responder and you're kind of still in the job, I think you kind of need to be careful about, as far as you can train anywhere, but they need to kind of be more heavy on more of the self-defense application versus the sport application.
Yep.
But if you're just going to train to be in a good place, just go train. And everybody does this. And I heard, I forgot, I want to say it was, I've heard plenty of people talk, but plenty of black people belts say it, but don't worry about it. They're like, oh man, I'm going to get in shape and then go. No, just go train. You'll get in shape. I promise. You'll lose weight. I've seen people.
You'll get in shape.
Hundreds of pounds. Hundreds of pounds.
Yep.
Good buddy of mine and brother. He's a brown belt, solid guy, solid human being. Helped me become a better human. Balin. I remember Balin. I met Balin years ago when we were training together at WTMA. He lost a bunch of weight, and man, he's been a different human being since. He looks great now. He's still in great shape, and he's a super smart guy, and he's super successful in his life. But jiu-jitsu will just make you a better person, and also too, I think jiu-jitsu will help you stay grounded when you're going through life. And I tell people, like, you know, and the good thing about it is you'll build a tribe of people that you can reach out to. You're like, you know, and people say, hey, man, you're good. Why you haven't been training? You know, and then, you know, sometimes people going through stuff and sometimes, hey, they're just busy in this life, but you still have people that'll check on you. And also, you know, man, like, I know I train with those guys. I can reach out and say, hey, man, let's grab lunch, or, you know, can I talk to you? Or I'm dealing with this. I'm fighting this and I'm struggling, and I can, you know, they know and I know that my brothers are not going to tell everybody or something like that, but they're also going to help me. Like, hey, man, well, what can I do to help? And that's important about that tribe, man. And like I said, it doesn't matter. Jiu-jitsu is great, but it doesn't matter if it's boxing or stand-up. Building that tribe is the most important thing.
100%, mate. And that's, look, and from personal experience, I hadn't felt that type of connection with a group of human beings in 10 years since I'd left the military, but until I joined my gym. It was something I wish I had found 10 years earlier. I might have saved myself maybe 10 out of the 13 trips to the ward.
Well, hey, everybody wishes I started late, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have not played sports, even though I learned a lot doing that. I wish I would have started martial arts as a child, because I see the difference of it. Like, you know, my brother did karate back in the day, and he did a little judo, my oldest brother. But I see, like, kids now, like, man, like, there's some kids I do privates with, and one of them, like, man, he was a gymnast, and then he did, you know, then he got into jiu-jitsu. And man, this kid is like, I mean, it just changed who he was. He was a good kid already, but now with jiu-jitsu, it's like he walks different, he talks different, and he's a great kid. And you know, it's crazy. I tell people, you know, you can learn from anybody, because I learned stuff from him. I'm like, man, how'd you do that? Or just seeing like his grasp on life, and the way he looks at life. I'm like, man, I learned a lot from you. You know, you're learning jiu-jitsu from me, but man, I'm learning about life from this kid, you know, so it's awesome. That's what jiu-jitsu and martial art does.
Yeah, I really love what you said earlier about, you know, something that should be introduced into schools.
Yes.
You know, that's that for me at a young age, that discipline. And like you said, it sorts out the bullies pretty bloody quickly. Yeah, bullies don't tend to, when they know you can take care of yourself, they kind of leave you alone. They'll bully, like, I'll bully this kid, not him, because he can take care of himself. But you know, it's crazy, because if you go overseas, like I met, there was an exchange student when I was growing up, and he went to a school. He was from Germany. They had wrestling, boxing. They had they had all. He went to a school where that was like a part of life. I'm like, why in the world don't we have that here? And I know because, you know, here it's like football, basketball, baseball. But honestly, those sports are great. But, man, martial arts just – because I'll tell people, like, you know, you're a Thai guy, you're a stand-up guy. You can take care of yourself, but you shy away from confrontation. You're like, man, I ain't got nothing to prove, man. Like, I have nothing to prove. That was the biggest thing, mate. That was the biggest thing that changed for me. I no longer felt like I had anything to prove. I could walk. I've turned fights down now because I don't want to go to jail because I'm going to fuck you up.
You know how dangerous you are. And plus too, and it's crazy, but you don't even want to, like, you just, you know, I know some guys that have some great stand-up, and, you know, I know there's some guys that have like Jefe, man, Jefe has a world of knowledge. Like, man, I don't even think they know what they were walking into if they mess with Jefe. And Jefe is a cool guy, you know, has glasses, just a cool guy. You wouldn't even know he's that dangerous. Like, he knows a lot of, and I don't even think, I think he's probably forgot more than he actually, like, had, like, knows now. Like, seriously, he's been training so long, like, he's probably forgot. He's forgot more than most people will ever know. when it comes to martial
would learn.
arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's crazy.
Bloody oath. So what's
Before we go too far,
we've got to keep.
Oh, you
Go ahead,
bro.
WarDawg. No, you good. You were going to say before we go too far?
Real quick. Can you let everyone they can find you online as well as Westside Jiu-Jitsu Club? Where can they find, website, social for you as well as Westside Jiu-Jitsu Club?
Okay. Yeah. So you can find me on Instagram. I'm at Lavelle_Larry. And then also, at Westside Jiu-Jitsu Club, you can check us out. We have classes Monday, and Monday is gi at 6:00 right now. We're doing a Kimura series. So it's good for, it doesn't matter if you're a cop or you just want to just train. And if you don't have a gi, we'll help you out. We got some spare lender gis. And then we're also on Wednesdays. We have it's a 5:45, 6:00. They have it's a fundamentals class taught by one of the brown belts. Awesome guy. He's a lawyer, and he's with the boxing commission, so he's an awesome guy to know. Then also we have 7:30 no gi on Wednesdays. Also, that's by Harrison, who's also a wealth of knowledge. He's been training martial arts forever. And then Fridays we do open mat, and then Saturdays we usually have a 1 p.m. class, which is no gi, which is another phenomenal guy who's he's killing it too on the competition scene. So that's where we're at, man. And then other gyms to like I said, you don't have to come to our gym. You got Z-Crows in Tallahassee. You have Positive Balance in Tallahassee. You have Whiskey Martial Arts, which is now called Black Tie Tallahassee. You have those great gyms as well. And then if you go a little bit east, you got Blacksmith, which is awesome. A lot of military guys. You got Eglin EOD training school is there. And then south near the coast, you got Bayside Jiu-Jitsu. And you also got the Smash Brothers Jiu-Jitsu down there. Those are my guys too, man. Good people, man. So, yeah, man, it's just a good community of Jiu-Jitsu. I'm hoping Jiu-Jitsu grows even more in the next 10 years. And, hopefully one day, you'll have gyms everywhere up here. But, yeah, that's where you can find me at. And, those are all the other gyms. Like I always say, you don't got to train with us. But, hey, you're always welcome.
Get out there and do it.
Yeah, and then we like to do usually we try to do an open mat. We're going to do one December 5th. We're going to do an open mat. We're going to have a DJ. My cousin will be DJing. We'll have some food, and we'll have some beverages for people that can't drink, and then we'll have some beverages for people that can drink or don't want to. If you don't want to drink, we'll have we just have fun, man. We have a good time, and it's just good to have everybody here and training. And we have we have schools from everywhere that come usually, but this one I'm hoping is going to be, my goal this time is I want at least 60 people on the mat. 60, 70 people. That's the goal.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice, brother. Well, speaking of making connections, the thing we're going to have to keep in touch, mate, because I've got ideas running in my head, Australia versus America. I want to come and take you Yanks on.
All right, let's do it.
That's it.
Let's do it.
I know that there's a few of my boys I want to send over there and put them to the test.
Listen, it's some guys over here that can really get it. And Tallahassee scene, the MMA scene wasn't as big as it used to be, but you also have Train Fight Win, Sky. He has his black belt under Dwayne Ludwig, so he's trained with him for a while. Made a lot of pilgrimages to his gym, so they're like big. That gym is big in the MMA. Good guys over there too. A lot of guys that they love stand up over there, so that'd be a good place for you to go and train.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Like ours, it started off as a Muay Thai gym, and before we crossed over and brought BJJ in. But it's crazy this year. Like there's as much as the gym's grown, I don't think it would never have grown as big as it has without BJJ. Like it has sent memberships from 50 up into the 200s. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
It's really kicked off, and mate, we've got. They seem to be having tournaments just about every weekend at the moment. It's crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely crazy. We've been pretty lucky because our lead guy Sandro's he was over. I think he was teaching BJJ over in Dubai to their defense force over there. So yeah, he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. Mind you, I watched him go to. I watched the 13-year-old girl put him to sleep the other night. She was shouting. She did
You got a tap.
He's come up and he's like, we've never seen that shit.
I tell him, look, I'm
Mate,
a master at tap.
Those young girl got right in there. He's frozen on the.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, look, y'all got to mess with him. I got to show him the picture. Be like, look, man, look at your face, dude.
I'll have to hit up Mike. I'll have to hit up Mike and see if I can get the video footage.
Oh yeah, that'll be funny. That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, we got to keep in touch. I love what y'all are doing, and like I said, when I'm waiting on a phone call right now. But if everything works out, we got more in store. We got to do together. It's dope.
No, that's it, mate. That's awesome. It's
right.
I thought WarDawg, did you say something? I thought WarDawg had said something. Oh no, I thought you said something, brother.
Yeah, y'all go, man.
He said, y'all go. Heck yeah.
No, mate. So mate. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing.
Heck yeah.
Mate, thanks for this connection, man. And mate, it's been really, really positive for me getting someone outside of the circles that I'm usually dwelling in, sharing the same sort of mentality, ideas on what martial arts can do for not only for veterans, for anyone suffering with mental health, and what it can do for our kids, the confidence.
Heck yeah.
That's the biggest thing I've seen about getting my kids in the gym. I wish my daughter was still doing it. She was a little weapon. But the confidence it's taken out of for my two kids, like I don't have to worry about my kids getting bullied because I know they can handle themselves.
Yes. Plus, like you said, the confidence of taking care of themselves, like physically in a physical altercation, but just the confidence in life.
As a human,
as a human, because like if you look at things now, a lot of these kids they walk around with their head down, they don't have confidence and a lot of it is technology, but being able to cut off the technology, get on the mats. And like I'll tell you this, I don't remember exactly who said. I've heard several people say it, but I know, my old instructor Shane Weinske has said it. I've heard, Harrison say it, and a bunch of different guys say it. But the mats are the equalizer.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're rich. Doesn't matter if you're strong. I mean, yeah, it matters in the effect, but, I've seen some really strong guys get tapped out by guys that are super small or women that are super small. So, and the same thing goes in stand-up. I mean, yeah, you could be a brute, but, hey, man, if I got better skills than you, it is what it is. So
know how to use them.
Yeah, when you know how to use them. It's funny. I got a buddy, and I steal it from him all the time. He was like, man, I don't got no show muscle. I got go muscle. He used to say that all the time. He said, I got go muscle. He said, y'all got show muscle. He said, I ain't got no abs, but when it's time to go, and he would do it. Because, man, we would do cell extractions. Oh, man, that dude awesome.
Yeah, mate. It's awesome, mate. Your experience across everything that you've done, mate, is beautiful, and your mentality on life, man, it's really positive. You've obviously been through some shit, man, without having to actually say it, because your outlook on life is a testament to the man you are, and obviously the instructor that you are. You've obviously got people looking up to you, and there's a reason for it, mate.
Yeah, man, and I'll say this, man. Like I said, I've made mistakes in my life. I take full responsibility and ownership. And, I don't have any, hard feelings towards anybody. I'm just like, every day for me is, to get better. And, for me personally is to, build a better relationship with God. And, because I was raised in a church by my grandmother, but also just be a better example, for number one, for me, for myself, to show myself that, hey, you made these mistakes, you made these decisions, life happened the way it did. nothing's perfect. You're not exactly where you want to be, but man, I'm a step closer. And yeah, man, it's just dope, man. I'm just blessed. And and honestly, the thing I'm most blessed about is the people that I have around me have, given me second chances and helped me become a better person. And they've like supported me, from, the sheriff's department, from, the people I work with in mental health, from the college working at the Law Enforcement Corrections Academy, the opportunities that I've been given there, from Chad Lahman, mentoring me, from my mom, to my grandmother, my, cousins, and then, Adriana Lucio, who's, I'm under, my professor. I got some really, I got some dope people in my life. Like, and I really don't take time to think about it, but talking to you guys today is just letting me know how dope of people I have in my life.
We all want that, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a tribe, man. It's, it's crazy. I got friends now, like my friend Chrissy and Jasmine. I could just call and be like, hey, this what I'm thinking. What do you think? And they'll be like, no, dummy, no. Or they'll be like, that's a great idea. They'll be like, let's think about it a little more. So, and being blessed enough to have those people that are honest with you, and that you can be honest with too, man. It's really important.
100%.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, and I do want to shout out somebody. If y'all get an opportunity to reach out to this guy, you get David Costa. If you can get this guy on, he is like, I am trying my best to get to one of his courses. There's just some things going on right now. I can't get to him. But he's I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with Sayak Kali. But those Sayak Kali is beautiful. But the Sayak guys are different. Like, they are very different. So David Acosta, like, I reach out to him, and he's very responsive when I ask him questions. I was talking to him yesterday, trying to get some help from him about some things. But he talks about the proximities of violence when you're talking about self-defense with gun and knife. But, man, he's wealth of knowledge. And, like, I reach out to him and ask questions. That's what I think it is we got to get to a point to where, don't let your ego, your pride. I reach out to other black belts and ask questions. Firearms guy, I ask 100%. My cousin questions because I don't know everything, but I want to get better, and that's truly my goal, is to get better. And, my new goal is next year is to get into Sayak Kali. So if anybody's watching this is in Sayak and you're close to Tallahassee, get up with me because I really want to learn. I really want to learn. Like, these guys are different. Like, Tom Brown Jr., a guy that he's a survivalist that used to, if I'm right, used to train SEALs and stuff too, but he's passed away now. But gnarly guy like that, and I'm a nerd. It's crazy when it comes to combatives and guns. Like, I just bought a book the other day. What is the name? I think I got it actually. And it's actually a pretty cool book. I'm actually reading this book here. I started reading this last night. I'm halfway done when I'm gonna finish today. But yeah, man. But just reaching out and reading books and stuff like that, and whatever we can. But once again, I want to appreciate y'all so much for giving me this opportunity. Because like I didn't see, and WarDawg, I promise I wasn't ignoring you. But you know how if you're not following somebody yet, it goes in a request. And I was like, there's a request, and I looked and I said, oh my God. When I messaged you, I was so terrified. I said, man, I probably done missed the opportunity. He probably like, man, this dude don't want to answer me. And when you answered me back, I was so happy. I was a kid in Kansas. I was like, yes. So it's cool, man. Yeah. I was like, this is cool. This is cool.
Oh, man, that's cool.
Y'all got me feeling
it's cool for us to get that kind of feedback.
Yeah, man.
We're feeling like the cool kids now.
I feel like the cool kid. I'm like, man, it makes you go, you look at life and go, man, somebody actually wants to hear what I got to say, and hear my take on things. So it's important. But, and there's like, I'll leave y'all one thing with this is, anybody training, if you leave a gym or whatever, don't have any hard feelings. Things happen. Maybe maybe decisions happen, whatever. But hey, listen, like, I'm very thankful of everybody from childhood to now that's been a part of my journey, good, bad, or indifferent, because they've all made a difference and helped me grow as a human being. So, I wish everybody the best, and I know it's enough out here enough opportunities and, opportunities to make money and this and teach for everybody. And I want everybody to do good. And, I just pray that, for those that I, used to train with, that I don't train anymore, I hope all is well. And I want the best for them. And, at the end of the day, man, it's just about us becoming better people because, my cousin says it best. We're not getting out this whole situation alive. So, so we might as well let go, move on, and become better people. So, heck yeah.
Oh, sweet, mate. That's amazing. Well, I'll let WarDawg bring it in. I'll try and time it so he's got a bit of time there with the lag while we catch up, mate. But
yes,
we'll make sure that we've got all the socials and everything up, mate. Make sure that we're sharing, spreading the love, mate. And I'll make sure that we're getting it out here too.
Heck
so
yeah.
Any of these guys, mate, I think it's been a brilliant conversation for anyone that's even interested, mate. Like I said, we get to touch on everything here. No real targeted today, mate. We get to share the experiences from across military, law enforcement, martial arts, mate, and the mental health sector. So, brother, absolute bloody legend. Hopefully I've timed it well enough that WarDawg's got it in here.
Yeah, how bad is it? No, I'm just we good?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, enough about. As a matter of fact, how old are you, bro?
I'm 38. And when people look at my resume, they don't believe I'm 38 because if you've seen my resume, I'm 38 years old. Yeah, 38. Trying to be 21.
I'm 41.
Oh, we're right. I'm right behind you, man. Right behind you.
Bro.
Yeah, trying to be. Yeah. Hey, look, we're like fine wine.
We all deep down.
Yep.
I will shout you out here, bro. One major reasons I told you I am a fan of yours is because age. I'm just 41, a little bit ahead of you. Tomo, you 35?
37.
Your insight,
right
37. I'm sorry. All right. You just have to.
Yes.
Bro, seriously though, I don't come across many people with your perspective, your insight, your obvious, lived experience, everything you told us about today, from things in corrections or training other people, man. It's all been beyond dope to me, bro. You much game today that times to soak it all in, because you know what I'm saying, you put down a lot today, and I really appreciate you letting the rest of the world know your perspective, because but they don't never really get to know how you think, how you look at things. So that's what I want to today, your perspective and your wisdom. That's why I asked you how old you were, bro. I don't think I ever run across anybody like you, bro. And that's seriously, man. Been around the world 3 times. Running into anybody like you, bro. And seriously,
I appreciate
any
that.
of you, the fellas that you mentioned, and any of the fellas that you mentioned in the Brazilian Jiujitsu community or law enforcement corrections, if you think they will feel this show and would like to speak in front of other first responders, corrections, military, let them know about us, because it's harder for me to to get to everybody you name and list. If you let them know about us, bro, we will have them on, because this is
I will do that.
Exact kind of conversations that I've always wanted to have. I bring someone like you on. Really appreciate that, bro.
Heck yeah. I'll be sure to let them know and send them the social and everything. Send them the Instagram. Send them everything.
You have any final
because I want people
words?
to know about this. Oh yeah, listen, failure. That's I'm telling you, failure is where I've grown the most. Failure. I failed and I made some not so good decisions and I made mistakes, but it helped me become a better person. And here's the thing: you're gonna fail, you're gonna make mistakes. Things happen, shit happens. But here's the thing: you can overcome it. You can become a better person. And listen, the problem with most people is the reason they judge you is because they see you as the person you used to be or the decisions and the things that you did in the past. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, hey, you've grown, you're a better person. Focus on that and focus on the people that are still there when the dust settles. That's very important. Focus on them those are your tribe, those are your people. And if everybody else, hey, if they still talking crap, who cares? Keep going because you're gonna be all right. And that's the thing, you're gonna be all right. Because it's either gonna work out or it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna work out.
And it's going to work out regardless. It's the
Salute.
mindset you take
Salute.
in there is going to be the way that it goes, I suppose.
Hell yeah.
All right. I think we're starting to wrap it up, brother. Is there any? Well, you just got your final words.
Yeah, that was my final words,
WarDawg?
man.
Well, thank you, mate. We appreciate it. Thank you for hanging in there. We apologise, mate. We'll, we're not that prime and polished product.
No.
Mate,
this was awesome.
This is what makes us raw.
No, I feel like I was just talking to my buddies, man. Just talking to,
And that's how we love it, bro. That's how we like it to be. Nice and comfortable. We'll get better at this shit, as we go on.
Oh no, it's gonna grow. I promise. This show is gonna grow. This show is gonna grow.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I appreciate y'all and thank you again for the opportunity, both you guys.
All right, WarDawg, wrap us up, brother.
Yeah.
We'll be able to cut this out in the edit. Larry, brother, if you want to shoot, man, you can. We'll get into once we've tied it up, if need be, with the outro.
Okay, yeah. Let's when y'all guys get a chance, let's get together and whenever it's good for y'all schedule. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. I can fix it up from here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming on the show. Again, Larry, this is episode 140, the WarDawg Trail podcast. Remember that you can donate to us War Veteran Shelter Camp Doghouse at campdoghouse.org, or you can follow us on Sergeant WarDawg TV, myself and Tomo and Brazilian Jiujitsu Coach we've had on the show for you today. We want to say salute, thank you, and be sure to tune in to our next show. Also, hey, we run live 24/7 now with Sergeant WarDawg TV 7. We live stream on Rumble, TikTok, X, YouTube, Instagram. All right. Have a good one.
All right. Salute. Thanks, guys.